Okay, so let's dive into this. Think about like a hidden cost, almost like a tax, running silently on your cloud data. You know, those expenses that just pile up for stuff you maybe didn't even realize you were paying for,
Hmm.
especially when you look at the big cloud storage services, S3, ADLS, GCS. It seems almost too easy to overspend without really noticing.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, cloud object storage, it's become basically the standard. It's the backbone for data everywhere now, AWS, Azure, Google Cloud.
Right.
And it offers this amazing promise, limitless capacity, super durable. But that ease, it kind of hides the catch, doesn't it? As your data grows, and it always grows, the costs can just balloon if you're not, well, watching them.
So, okay, what's the bottom line here?
Mm-hmm.
Our deep dive into the sources really hammered this home.
Mm-hmm.
I need proper governance. It's not just like a nice to have extra.
Yeah.
It's essential if you want cloud storage to actually be cost effective. But the good news, thankfully, is that you can control these costs. It's possible. And the sources consistently pointed towards three key pillars, these sort of powerful governance strategies that help you get a grip on it all.
Exactly. And the absolute starting point, the foundation really, that came up over and over is visibility and accountability.
Yeah.
Simple idea, right? You just can't optimize something if you can't see it clearly.
Makes sense.
So this means getting really granular views. Where's the money actually going? Tools like, say, AWS Cost Explorer or the Google Billing Reports, those are obviously foundational. You got to start there.
And the sources really seem to zero in on something simple but maybe overlooked. Tagging.
Oh, yeah. Hugely important.
Like tagging every bucket, every container with useful info, project name, who owns it, maybe the department.
Yeah.
One source actually showed a company cut its sort of mystery spend problem down by like 70%,
Yeah.
just by being strict about tagging from the get-go.
Wow, 70%.
Yeah, it just lets you see immediately who is responsible for which costs. And setting up alerts based on those tags, that seems key too. Catching spikes early, before they blow up the budget.
That's spot on. And it's interesting because once you have that visibility, once you can see things clearly, the sources suggest the next logical step is policy-driven automation.
Right.
This is where you shift from just, watching the costs to actually automatically managing them.
Okay, automation. So that sounds powerful, but what did the sources highlight there?
Well, the big one is lifecycle management rules. These are absolutely critical. You set up policies to automatically shift data that you're not using actively.
Like old logs, maybe? Backups?
Exactly. Old logs, backups, historical archives, that kind of stuff. Move it automatically from the expensive hot store, the fast access stuff, down to much, much cheaper cold or archive tiers after, say, 30 days, 90 days, whatever makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Some sources showed savings of 40% or even more on specific data sets just by doing this effectively. And you can also set rules to just delete stuff, temporary files, outdated data you definitely don't need anymore.
Okay, so the cloud platform itself handles moving the data around based on the rules you set up. That sounds like that magic part you hinted at earlier.
It really is where a lot of the savings magic happens, yeah. But there's a but, of course. The sources were clear on this.
Yeah.
Actually crafting those policies, that takes some real thought and, frankly, expertise.
Right, it's not just clicking a button.
Definitely not. You have to understand how your data is accessed, what your compliance rules are, legal retention periods and things. It's a balancing act between saving money and making sure you can still get the data when you need it or you're not breaking any rules. It's not one size fits all. And a badly designed policy could actually cause problems.
Okay, that makes sense. So we need to see the costs, then automate the management carefully. What was the third pillar that emerged from the material?
The third one, and honestly it was emphasized surprisingly strongly in several sources, is culture.
Culture. Okay, tell me more.
Yeah, governance isn't just about tech settings and automation rules. It's fundamentally about people, about process. Your engineering teams, your data teams, they need to actually understand the cost implications of what they're doing day to day.
Okay. So it's digging deeper than just looking at the final bill each month. It's about connecting actions to costs.
Precisely. Sources pointed out things like making tons of tiny API calls instead of fewer larger ones, or enabling versioning excessively, keeping dozens of copies of the same file when you don't need to,
Hmm.
or replicating data across regions when it's not strictly necessary. These things can massively inflate costs way beyond just the raw storage space used.
Wow.
One report even showed a case where a data processing job, just making millions of GET requests, ended up costing more in transaction fees than the actual storage itself for that period.
That's crazy.
It is. So promoting cost awareness within teams is huge. Maybe through, I don't know, clear dashboards, maybe incentives, or even just having regular monthly cost review meetings. And really fostering that FinOps mindset, embedding financial accountability into the tech decisions. That's the cultural shift needed.
Okay, that's a lot to take in. So thinking about our listeners, what does this all mean for them, whether they're, leading a big enterprise team or actually hands-on building stuff in the cloud?
Well, for leaders, the sources really stress embedding this governance thinking early on. Don't wait for the sticker shock. Align your storage choices with the actual business value they provide right from the start. And maybe consider bringing in FinOps experts or consultants if needed, just to accelerate setting up these practices and get more predictable scaling.
And what about for the individual cloud pros, the data engineers, the architects?
Oh, for them. Mastering these techniques, really getting good at building smart lifecycle policies, digging into cost reports, designing tagging systems that work. This isn't just like good housekeeping. The sources suggest it's a serious career booster.
Right.
The demand for people who get both the tech and the financial side, that FinOps fluency, it's exploding. It's a way to really stand out.
So it really sounds like these cloud storage costs, they don't have to be this mysterious runaway train.
Not at all. The clear message from the sources is that with expert governance built on that solid visibility, smart automation, and importantly, that cost-aware culture, you absolutely can bring control, clarity, and, well, genuine cost efficiency back into your cloud storage.
Yeah, it really makes you think differently, doesn't it? It's not just about where you put the data, but understanding the why behind it, understanding the cost impact of how you access it, how you manage it over time. That seems to be what fundamentally changes the value you get from cloud storage.
Yeah.
Maybe diving deeper into things like, specific lifecycle configurations for different data types or really advanced tagging strategies tailored to your specific data patterns. It seems like the path to making your cloud spit a whole lot smarter.